Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Marketing Monday. I am Kris Risner, CEO of iMedia, and with me today and every day, I've got Eric Brown, partner and president of iMedia. Today, we want to talk about SEO and getting into the basics of SEO and pretty much answering any questions that you might have about SEO. And for those that don't know what SEO stands for, that is search engine optimization. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Eric, hit me with a question.
So the first thing we were kind of talking beforehand is a lot of people ask, if you're going to be doing SEO, is that a forever thing? So let's open up the floor. It can be a forever thing depending on the
Your
industry that the person is in. But for the most part, we can say that if you're in a competitive industry, home service companies is what we deal a lot with. Plumbers, roofers, HVAC, electricians. If you're working on or around a house, for the most part, those people are spending a lot of money on a monthly basis. So by looking at keyword difficulty, right, how hard it is to rank for those terms that are going to bring you that business online, how competitive is that industry? And for the most part, if it is a competitive industry, yes, you are going to more likely than not have to do SEO quotation marks forever, but it should be part of a good marketing strategy. What are your thoughts?
Well, so with SEO, whenever you break SEO down to its most basic point, it is Google deciding who should rank first for a search term.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they do that is usually keywords within the article,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that you hit certain keywords. If they've got two articles side by side and one is twice as long as the other, then that's likely to rank higher than the other. And so that kind of comes back to why it ends up being a forever industry for a lot of people, like a forever marketing strategy, because these industries or these competitors are looking at each other's websites, they're seeing what they are doing, and then they're just trying to one up them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just kind of goes back and forth.
Yep.
If you're in a competitive industry, then we have a mortgage company that has an entire in-house SEO team. So they're creating quite a bit of SEO content,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to ramp that up a lot more than, say, somebody spending $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or whatever.
Sure.
Because they're putting all that time and effort into it.
Well, what if you spend all the time, you spend all the money, and your business finally gets to, say you're working with a roofing company near me or roofing company in X, Y, and Z city. Is at that point, some people think, I'm there. We can stop, right? Now, sometimes you can slow down, right? Maybe
Yeah.
you can, you don't have to be contributing as much as you were. But what you want to keep a lookout on for those people that are ranking below you in that 2, 3, 4, 5 spot and what they're doing. Because if they're doing continuous work as well and they're, outperforming you, even if you're in that number 1 spot, it could be the matter of, a month, a couple of months, a year until, that's surpassed. But if you just stop everything, right, just like anything else, eventually it's going to come back, right? You're going to lose a lot of those spots, and you're eventually going to fall because other people are still continuing to spend money, right?
Right. And if you're in the number 1 spot, then everybody in your industry is competing for your spot.
Yep.
So you have to stay up there.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on how drastic the difference is in your quality content and everything, you might not need to, it might only be a few times a month that you need to post. And you're able to just kind of, you really have to play it based on the industry, because there are industries where SEO just does not factor in. And those are industries that we can usually stand out in
Yeah.
with a much lower budget.
Yep.
For example, bookkeeping. We see a lot of people not really worried about SEO in that. So
Mm-hmm.
we're able to build out smallish websites and start ranking really well. We did
Or
that
we
with
get
demolition.
or we get an exact match domain,
Yeah.
which is
that's
money.
right. That's what we did with St. Louis Demolition.
Yep.
Their industry is not really, they have nobody really trying to show up.
Yep.
So we got an exact match domain. We built out a 5-page website. We SEO'd it. They're consistently on the front page. I think they're top 1, 2, or 3.
Yep.
And we haven't touched it since we originally built that 5-page because nobody else is trying to put out content for that.
Right.
so there's no competition.
And
But for something like roofing,
if we saw that someone did start to push out content, though,
then we would just start putting out more
then
content
we would
ourselves.
have to spend at least a little bit of time on SEOing that and continually, pushing out content. But
Yeah.
we know we don't have to.
Yeah, but if you're in an industry like roofing, I mean, they're always constantly fighting. There's so much money that goes into it, whether it's
Mhm.
Google Ads or SEO or whatever.
Mhm.
Like it's a constant dogfight for those top 5 spots.
Yep.
And so you're never going to be able to, if you're in roofing, you're never going to be able to just stop putting money in.
Yep.
You're always going to be reacting to somebody else's movements.
Or hopefully they're reacting to yours.
Yeah, if you're the top dog.
So with SEO, a lot of the time what we see is, ChatGPT, right? Someone will go into ChatGPT, you can tell, and this was a lot of the craze, the fall of last year was people were generating websites essentially with ChatGPT, unlimited, essentially bullshit content that was, you were never going to read. But there were plenty of people that were getting websites ranking within the matter of a couple weeks, a month, a couple months, to the top spots and now that we've had this update from Google, in March, they say that they were trying to, target a lot of that bad content, which were but we've also seen a lot of blogs get hit. Not so much in kind of the field that we're in terms of, marketing for home service companies, but in terms of blogs or websites
Like personal blogs.
dedicated to technology news or
Yeah.
dedicated to news just about marketing, for example. You have a marketing, whatever that you're producing on a website. We've seen a lot of those get hit, and kind of what the theory is and what, a lot of SEOers are really afraid of is, Google continuing to use their content, but now they're pushing their content in a twisted format through AI and pushing it out in front of them without giving them the credibility, money, or, of course, any of the traffic.
I mean, really, we've seen it in, like, we saw all that content going out on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
where
Yep.
they were putting out 300 pages of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got hit.
Yep.
Was repetitive content. But the thing with the blogs is that whenever you have an editor
Mhm.
and you're actually like doing professional writing, it kind of starts to get kind of like the voice that you talk in as a professional writer
Mm-hmm.
gets kind of stale. And that's also what AI is trained on.
Sure.
So I think there becomes like a gray line where it's hard to tell whether it's just a professional writer that's got a piece that's been edited
Mhm.
or if it's AI, because AI has that same type of voice because that's what they've been trained on.
Yeah.
If you go to, a big website like The Verge and you read through their articles, all of their articles sound very similar
Mm-hmm.
because they've got that voice that they've worked on like perfecting as a brand.
Yeah.
And then
I'm sure
Google
companies
went,
like that regurgitate a lot of information. You see, like,
yeah.
it's always the same articles on like 20 different websites.
Well, and they're probably pulling like they've got sheets of data that
Yeah.
they've got to pull out of for like if the new iPhone came out. So
Yep.
all of these websites are using the exact same data
Yep.
to build their article as quickly as they can with a professional tone. It becomes very hard to tell whether it's AI or them doing
Mm-hmm.
it. And I mean that's why I think this is kind of a hot take possibly, but I do think that that's why so many of these blogs are getting hit is because they sound like AI. They don't have enough personality. They're not really building a unique piece of content. They're
Yeah.
just kind of all regurgitating the
Yes.
same exact thing.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully, and this is probably big news, but
I don't even think
ChatGPT
that's a hot
4
take. It's probably pretty accurate.
Well, I think it's a hot take just because I don't have anything to back it up.
But I also think Google, I think it's both.
Yeah.
It's both. Google also is trying to take away, maybe they're not even on purpose doing it. But
Well, I mean, because they're
they
also
probably
training
talked
their
about it and
AI
they're
off
like,
of it.
just so you know, they probably sat in a corporate, boardroom and they're like, just so you know, by us doing this, all these websites, they're going to get destroyed. And they're like, more money for shareholders? Yes. Okay. Go for it.
Yeah, they don't care about the little guy.
No. All right. Anything else on SEO, Kris?
ChatGPT 4 Turbo.
Yeah.
We just saw that came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
So you pulled it up. What I guess are the kind of the big things coming with ChatGPT 4 Turbo? Is it just
Well, it looks like one of the things is April 2024 is now the cutoff, so they're up to date,
okay?
which is nice. And the nice
Which
thing,
they've been a lot better with that because all their plugins, a lot of them can use the internet now.
yeah,
So it's been, and we use ChatGPT a lot for, I mean, so many things. Even the descriptions on these videos, we use ChatGPT to write summaries of the video,
hmm
and it does a fantastic job. And then we go in and edit it to make it a SEO.
so
That's actually,
it's
sorry, I'm gonna go
improved
off topic.
capabilities in writing, math, logical reasoning, and coding.
That's great. So I'm gonna go off topic on the ChatGPT thing and
Yeah.
talk about SEO again. Fuck, I just forgot what it was. Uh, oh, SEO. The big thing with SEO too isn't just your website. SEO is important for literally like everything. Your YouTube,
hmm
your social media,
Yep.
your Google business profile. Like
Yep.
we have to optimize all the descriptions on Google business profiles.
Yep.
YouTube is the second largest search engine
hmm
after Google.
hmm
So you want to show up on Google and then you want to show up on YouTube.
Yep.
And then the most used search engine for like Gen Z is TikTok.
Yeah.
So optimizing your videos on TikTok for Gen Z people, like for Gen Z,
I mean, I feel like everyone uses TikTok now. I don't even think it's Gen Z. It's crazy.
I mean, it's definitely, and honestly, we talked about the everything app with Twitter,
If you
but
get these
TikTok
if
is
you
the
get these
real
70
everything
or
app.
80-year-olds on TikTok, dude, they're never gonna leave their house. These retired people, they're no more McDonald's coffee. All right. They're sitting there. They're just gonna brainwash in TikTok.
I mean, isn't everybody?
I can't. I don't.
It's
I'm just
bad.
glad I don't use it like that.
I get sucked into it and I have to like physically stop myself and like throw my phone away, get it away from me. I can't because I'll spend hours on TikTok.
They had a couple updates as well. TikTok did. They're testing virtual influencers for video ads, new brand safety categories, category exclusion, and vertical sensitivity controls. They have TikTok Lite. Oh my, listen to this. TikTok Lite, new app that rewards users for their screen time.
Rewards them for their screen time.
Does that
So
mean
by using it more,
or is it by using it less?
I mean, what do they get by having people use their app less?
TikTok,
Other than if it's
yeah.
just like something that they did for the government to get the government off their back.
Yeah, I don't know. They submitted or they published a new guide on using promote quick advertising option. They also came out with a small business
They've been
marketing thing a month or 3 weeks ago, a month
they've
ago or
been
so.
pushing their ads a lot.
Yeah.
And like we have a business account obviously through Vi.
hmm
And I mean, we get constant emails about using their ads and doing everything with them.
Yeah. It's interesting.
But yeah, so I mean, search engine optimization, the point of that is that it's not just your website. There's so many things that it helps with.
Yep.
Because really, that's how people find everything right now is through search engine. When was the last time you just like somebody was like, "Hey, go check out this website," and then gave you a direct link?
Yeah.
No, they tell you what to look up, and then
Yeah.
you Google it.
Yep. Yes. Yes. 100%. No one's ever going to send you a link. You're going to have to search it. Well, the other thing is not only being found for like your terms, but taking SEO back to even the basics is just like making sure your business is being found for people searching your business name.
Yeah,
Like there are plenty of people we talk to that have been in business for a short amount of time, medium amount of time, long amount of time. And it's like you search their business and they have like, a MapQuest listing or something like that. Other than that, you can't find them. It's crazy. And there are plenty of companies that I get it. You don't want to spend money on marketing. You don't even care if people find you besides referrals and word of mouth. But what I always say is if if no one can find you just through your business name, right? That's a big problem. Those people that are referring you, you can be getting a lot more referrals, but those people just can't find you. So they never get in contact with you, which is crazy to think about. Just by having a basic website, something small, easy, essentially a virtual business card, if you will,
yeah.
that shows what your company does.
So yeah, search engine optimization extremely important for businesses and personal brands.
100%.
Everybody.
All right. Anything else?
Bring us home, Eric.
All right. That is all the time we have for this week. Hopefully, you guys all learned something. Please, if you found this helpful, like, review, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. We're releasing these videos Marketing Monday once a week. We have other marketing videos coming out as well throughout the week on our Vi Media channel. Kris and I also post to our personal social medias. If you want to follow us there for more contact, Eric Kempf Brown across the board for myself. I am Kris Risner across the board for Kris here. We'll see you guys all soon. Thank you.